To get to the Keynote waterfall chart, you drill down on any dot from the scatter plot chart. I'll go ahead and drill down on this dot that looks like it's one of the slower tests in my time frame. I click the dot, we get to our transaction summary page. Now I see of the two pages, this first page, home page, looks a little slower. Now I want to investigate what's going on in that page. So I click the bar here, and that drills down to the waterfall chart. Once I'm on the waterfall chart, I've got a list of every element that loaded. Now I'm looking for why my page was slow. So first I'm going to be looking at the times for each object. So there's a chronological list of every object in the page that loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down my list and look for something that stands out as a slow object. Scrolling down, things look good so far, and now I see this object, which is a very slow object. You mouse over the bar here, it'll tell you how long in seconds this object took and what component of the load time was it that took that long. For this balloon, I can see first byte download shows 12.8 seconds, and that's very slow. First byte download time, by the way, usually means that the server had a drag involved with it. The agent was waiting for the first byte to be returned back to the browser. That isn't usually indicating a network drag over the internet. More often that indicates something where the server was processing your request before it started sending bytes. Now looking at the object, I can see what domain it came from. I can mouse over the path on the left side and see the entire URL. What I can do also is go up to the top and filter for my entire waterfall chart. Maybe I'll just filter by booking.com objects, and that'll bring all those right to the top, and I can see the URLs, the domains, and status codes for each object that loaded. Still, I'm seeing this one looks like it's the only slow object in my page. If I click on components, now I can reveal the IP address, that column comes up, and then I can see what IP served that object. So that's useful for diagnosing an object that's continuously failing. But what I might also want to do is click on the name here and grab the URL of the object. I could trend that object, and Keynote will render a chart showing you the average performance of that object over whatever time frame you picked in your chart. So when that renders, I've got a chart showing me the performance of my single object that I'm investigating. This is a list of every object in the page, and mine is this booking.com object, which was averaging 1.1 seconds over the course of the day. So that tells me that it's not outstandingly slow. And that's called an object trend chart. Go ahead and close that, and I'm back on my waterfall chart. In addition, you see green and red lines here. These correspond to browser events. If you're using TXB, our real browser service, the browser events are all available here. The green one is first paint time, and the red line is when the load event end happened. Also, don't forget you've got reference screenshots up top. If the page succeeded, this screenshot is simply a reference. It shows you what the page looks like without any failures. Okay, let me close that window and go back to my scatterplot chart. Now notice there's a yellow dot here. What does that mean? A yellow dot is a content error in Keynote, and you can see that in the legend as well. Content errors, there was one of them. So I click on that dot as well and drill down. I can see the page bars show me one page had a content error. That's what the C means here. So if I drill down on that page, again I get to the waterfall chart, and now I'm looking for an object, or maybe more than one object, that failed. So I scroll down again. Almost to the bottom, I see one object returned to 404, page not found. I can see the IP address of it, the domain, and then the object path as well. This speedtest.png didn't load this time. If I click the name again, I can also open that link and test to see if it really works right now. When I do that, I get a 404 not found. So indeed, when that object got called, it wasn't available. It's still not available. So that's a faulty item in my page. Say I wanted to share this with my developer to investigate why that object's getting called. A great way to share a view from Keynote is the post command. If I scroll at the top of my chart under Actions, I can pick Post Graph. That will pull my chart behind a URL that you can copy and save or send to a teammate. You can shorten it as well. And so I might do that, take this URL, and send it to my developer. Now someone who receives that URL would only get this view, just your waterfall chart that you shared with them. The posted graph does not log them into your account. It just shows them the view that you're looking at right now. Thank you for watching.